April the 5th has been designated Golden Rule Day. So people around the world are celebrating the idea that we should do to others what we would have them do to us, which is the kind of terminology I'm familiar with from the Christian faith that I follow, Christian Science. So I just wanted to share a little word about the Golden Rule, because obviously to have a governing rule like that in our lives, whether we are Christians or Hindus or Jewish or even atheists, is obviously a good thing. It helps us interact with each other on a great basis, and of course it should be done from the most unselfish reasons, just because it is the right thing to do. However, my sense of God as being all good and as loving all of us as his children has meant that I haven't been surprised that when I'm doing the right thing, when I'm putting into practice the Golden Rule, it has very positive repercussions in my own life. And let me illustrate this with a story that has been very precious to me. It was when I was very new to my study of Christian Science and just thinking about things like the Golden Rule for the first time. I was at an airport to go to America for the wedding of my best friend, and that was the first time I was ever going to travel to America, and so I was very excited. But I met a young woman at the airport who was not feeling excited. On the contrary, she was feeling very fearful. And it was because when we were both going to touch down in Canada, actually, I was taking a plane to Canada and then going to take a Greyhound bus across to the United States, she was scared that there would be immigration problems for her. So I did my best to comfort her before we got on the plane, and then as we got on the plane, we both went our separate ways and sat in our separate seats. When we landed in Canada, I noticed that she was still just as nervous, and I had my own problems by then, because I'd learned from someone on the airplane that I wouldn't be able to make the connection to the Greyhound coach I thought I would be able to connect with in order to get to Chicago the next day for the wedding. So, as we got off the plane, I had a choice to make, and I had to either think, well, my needs are very important here, I better pursue my answer, or else I thought I can help this young woman who obviously needs some support in her time of need. Anyway, my better angels got the better of me, and I went and supported this young woman. And lo and behold, all I can say is, as I stayed with her through immigration and then helped her find her way onto the correct bus to get her to her destination further north in Canada, I found that the drivers were able to help me make a connection to the coach that I had wanted to get, which I had been told I would not be able to get out to. And so the very act of having helped this young woman led me to my answer and the solution I needed. It's a very simple example, but boy, it was wonderful to get to that wedding on time the next day. And ever since then, it's been a benchmark to me of the fact that God never asks us to help others instead of ourselves. But as we do for others, as we would have them do to us, we find that God is really an underlying principle that's making sure we all get what we need as we're helping and supporting and caring for each other.